People who sleep naked, what is your plan in case of a fire or murderer? 1. Use a fire extinguisher, naked. 2. Fight the intruder, naked. Same thing, just nude. Criminals of Reddit, what is your plan when you break into my house and see a naked man running straight towards you? I think this is the real question. Guns versus buns. Rifles versus Eiffels. Daggers versus ball baggers. Daggers versus saggers. Cock versus Glock. Shank versus wank. I'd probably put some clothes on before I planned a murder or started a fire. The old Reddit sweet, wait, do we do this anymore? Hold my jacket, I'm going in. There's nowhere to go. Bold of you to assume I A, will wake up and B, have a plan. I had one of those when I was living with my dad. Fire caught in our plastic garbage bin outside. Middle of the night, my dad woke up and saw the fire, called the authorities and went to wake me up. He thought I'd wake up, but I remember being half awake, seeing 2 fire trucks outside my window and going back to bed thinking they got it, back to sleep. Apparently, they almost didn't get it, and in the midst of that chaos, my father didn't even realize I wasn't out of the house yet. I slept through it all and didn't even wake up until my alarm went off for me to go to school. That's some next level sleeping there. Yeah, I sleep like a brick. Got it from my dad actually. Still a miracle he woke up in the middle of the night for that. He said he got a feeling something was wrong in his sleep and it woke him up. I have quite the gift of sleep. From the second I lay my head down on the pillow up until my alarm goes off at 6:45, it takes a lot to wake me up. You lucky bastard. Yes and no, I'll wake up at 6:45 independently of the time I went to sleep. I'm too used to that. I wake up at 6:45 since HS, never really had to get out of that routine. So even if I go to sleep at 2 in the morning, 6:45 is my go time. Some mornings are pretty rough, I'd say. Better than going to bed at 2 and missing half the day by sleeping emo. I swear 2 days ago, I slept for a continuous 17 hours without waking up a single time to pee or whatever. I keep a pair of shorts and a t-shirt next to my bed, my phone hung on the wall between my window and bed, and my wallet on a table near my door. You are ready. He's going to give the murderer his wallet so ducking fast he won't know what to do. If you're me and your dad sets the alarm off from his phone while you're home alone, you would, 1. Wrap a blanket around yourself and run downstairs. 2. Trip on the blanket while running. 3. Decide it's better to be naked than dead and ditch the blanket. 4. Grab your brother's pants and button-down shirt that are hanging on the stairwell. 5. Run outside and get dressed in the middle of the road. 6. Try to button the shirt but fail. BC you thought someone broke and so your hands are shaking uncontrollably. 7. Run a half a mile down the road in your 63 brother's khakis with your arms wrapped around your chest to keep the shirt on. 8. Notice your dad drive past you on his way to turn off the alarm. 9. See your dad's car slam on the brakes and make a U-turn. 10. Get picked up by your dad who is laughing so hard he can't speak. Edit. It was a security alarm. Edit. 2. Very thankful for my first award. Gave me that good serotonin boost I've been needing. Also am kinda new here. I'd give making an edit to thank someone for an award as a meme or polite protocol. I read this thinking it was a fire alarm and was thinking, why is this person reacting to a fire like a bomb threat? I've always been irrationally afraid of someone breaking in, and until I was like 14 I couldn't sleep until I checked all the doors and alarm. Words can't describe the sheer terror I felt that day. That irrational fear kept your ancestors alive, my friend. First silver. Woo. Helicopter Dick either puts out the fire or achieves emergency escape propulsion. Probably going to dissuade the murderer from murdering, also. Sleeping naked literally is my plan in both those cases. If the house is on fire I assume it would be warm, probably excessively so. By already being naked I have few seconds advantage on the heat becoming unbearable. If a murderer enters the house while I'm asleep I figure the best course of defense is to scare them off. I'm not by nature a frightening man, but I figure to a nighttime intruder an angry naked guy running at you balls swinging freely would be somewhat intimidating. Edit. Thanks to everyone advising me that clothing actually protects you against fire. I was aware of this and was only being facetious in claiming these were my reasons for sleeping naked. My actual reasons are as follows. 1. I get too hot at night as it is, adding clothing would make this worse. 2. It is more comfortable, nothing to ride up or get twisted when I fidget in my sleep. 3. Hitler probably wore pajamas. I'm gonna go out like I came in, screamin' and kickin'. David Lister edit, 2 silvers for an old smeghead? You're too kind. You can't kick death in the nuts. If he comes near me, I'm gonna rip his nipples off. You're about to do the biggest splits of your entire life. I'd get blown up then. Bits of you do. This happened to me years ago when I was still a student living in digs close to varsity. Early one morning, my now wife was woken by movement in the bedroom. There was an intruder who had climbed in through our sash window and was rifling through her handbag. She let out an almighty scream. And she was an opera student, so she really could scream. I woke up to see intruder's backside exiting through the window, so I jumped out of bed and gave chase. I was damn close to catching him, but he ducked down into the railway line reserve at the end of the street. It was here that my feet really started to get hurt on shards of broken glass, so I had to stop my chase. Then I realized that I was completely naked. The 200 meters walk down the street was interesting. Everyone had come out to see what the fuss was about and saw this breathless, naked young student sauntering down the road. I decided to just brazen it out and not put my embarrassment on display, so I just strolled along till I got home. I earned legend points that morning. It also helped that I was in really good physical condition. But in the heat of that fight or flight adrenaline-charged moment, the last thing I thought about was my clothes. Thanks for my first gold, kind stranger. One of the things I've learned in life is that if you can't do it gracefully, you may as well do it boldly. And naked. Not fire or murderer, but kinda close. I sleep naked, so a few days ago I woke up hearing someone in my yard, picking through my shit. I have very expensive diving gear there and a few more stuff. I went outside naked with a morning erection, starting to yell at the guy and push him out of my yard. He tried to take my spear gun. He was drunk and harmless tbh, but still, very stressful. I didn't really care, I was naked. I went outside naked with a morning erection. He tried to take my spear gun. Is this some kind of euphemism? Intensely stare at whatever the threat is and assert dominance. You, it's just you and me now. Fire, crackle. I think about how embarrassing it would be if I was murdered naked. Cops taking pics, dick out and all. Whole family coming in and seeing this, dick out and all. Then again, who cares, I'm dead. That happens to everyone at the mortuary if you have to undergo an autopsy anyway. Usually the cops and patents aren't present during an autopsy though. Most of the times it's just 1 or 2 doctors that probably wouldn't be too shaken up about seeing your naked dick. Frighten the fire or murderer into submission by helicopter dicking all night long. Finally found the answer I was going to post. Helicopter is the answer to both. I have ropes hanging on the back of the door. An attacker? Gonna grab my bat and flashlight with pointed ribs that looks like a scary dildo and swing it at them. Decided being naked ain't gonna be a worry if someone is trying to rape or kill me. I'll be more nimble anyway. Maybe weird to have someone in an arm bar with straight pussy on M, but tbh I'll probs try break the arm quicker if I'm having to do that. That was wild lol. I don't understand the question. Why would it be any different if you had clothes on? I'm not gonna let myself be murdered or stay in a burning building because I'm too embarrassed that I'm naked. Wait, I can't go out naked. Veiled, I guess I'll die by the fire. I don't always sleep naked, but I had a fire incident once when I did. One Saturday morning when I was in college I slept through a fire alarm. I woke up when campus security entered my room and started yelling at me, "Hey, why are you still here? Didn't you hear the alarm?" I was still in my bed at that point and I just looked at him with my eyes half open and said, "I didn't hear it, I was sleeping." He then tells me that the fire alarm was set off in my room and starts rattling off questions. Were you smoking? Microwaving popcorn? Toasting? Lighting incense? I told him, no dude, I just told you I was sleeping, you literally just woke me up. At this point I could tell he was getting a bit frustrated, but so was I. He then tells me, get up, you need to go outside with the others. I responded, well, can I at least get dressed? He scoffs and after that he finally leaves, So I get up and I put on some pajama pants and my robe and went outside. It turned out my smoke alarm was defective, which is why it set off the system and why I couldn't hear it as loudly as everyone else. I guess it could have been bad if there was an actual fire, but I was more annoyed than anything that day.